Hi guys, Samantha here and welcome back to my channel, and today I will be doing the color challenge or the color build. And basically we were in Discord and someone was telling me about this new challenge that required you use a color wheel picker and basically pick a color, just random color, and you do an entire house based on that color. So sounds fun, but from what I understand, and honestly I didn't go look up the challenge rules, so I don't even know, but from what I understand is that you have to use that color, which means if there's not any toilets or showers or cabinets or anything of that color, then you can't have that item in your house. So as you guys could kind of already tell, I picked the color pink. Okay, so this was just totally random, and I actually was kind of excited about it because I was like, okay, pink, I've never really pushed myself and just did pink. I am a very neutral browns and yellows and greens type person. I never really play around with color like I would like to. So I was excited about doing this challenge for that reason, because it would give me an opportunity to really think outside the box and kind of enjoy some of the items that I normally wouldn't enjoy, you know, if I didn't force myself to. So this was interesting for that reason, because it had to force me to do like pink things. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the color pink. As a matter of fact, it's probably one of my favorite colors. My favorite color is coral, which is a family of pink. It's like a pinkish orange color. So pink is definitely up there for one of the colors, but I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to make a majority pink house. So anyway, as you guys see, we're getting started with the kitchen, and I had the hardest time. The movie stuff, I think it's called Movie Hangout, I forget. Anyway, it kept telling me I had pink tables, but I would go put them out and they'd all be the same table. It wouldn't let me change the swatch. So I don't know if that's a glitch in the game or if that's a mod causing a glitch. I'm not sure. We have the weirdest glitches going on today in my game in particular. But anyway, so I started off first by kind of just, I decided that first I wanted it to be a single story home in my mind, which is what I do normally when I build, is I come up with kind of like the customer, you know, hypothetically speaking, the person that'll live in this house, the type of person they are, whether it's a him or her, whatever, if they have a family, if they have pets, you know, things of that nature. So this particular, for some reason, when I think of pink, I think very girly, which I think that's just typical for everybody in the world. When you think of girl, I mean, when you think of pink, you think of girl. So I figured that this would be like a really nice, very pink, Prissy type home for a young lady, and she's a single mom and she has a little girl, and they just love all things pink. And lo and behold, in my brain, in my mind, I kind of envisioned that maybe she'd be like a little bit of a fashionista. She maybe dabbles in, I don't know, fashion design maybe, or something like that. And I ended up building it in Brindleton Bay because at the time I was playing in my, well, as of recording this, I just finished recording University Life, and I was like, I really want to build this house. So I ended up building it in my University Life game, which meant that I used an empty lot in Brindleton because that was the only lots I had empties anyway. But the house isn't very big. Like I said, it's just a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. There is going to end up being a laundry room, which I'll figure it out later on. But so it's not very big, but I knew that I didn't want to make it super big or make it 2 stories or make it like no mansion when I'm just limited to the one color of pink. So yeah, it was definitely a challenge. But I will say one thing. I love the fact that you could filter by color, and then it'll give you all the pink items. And it's like the easiest thing in the world to try to figure out like what you're looking for pink without having to toggle through every single thing, you know. So I definitely appreciate that little aspect, and I tried to keep it as much as possible not using custom content, but you'll see me toggle through taking some custom content stuff out, and then I keep reminding myself, what if I put this in the gallery? I want you guys to get it like how I built it, you know, and you don't have to go in and change anything unless you don't have the packs, of course, but that's a different story. But anyway, so and I really wanted to do like this little angled wall where the fireplace can go on it, because I found out in the process of me looking for pink items, there are no pink TVs. There's one pink TV. It's a penguin. I didn't want a penguin TV in this house because, like I said, this is a, you know, a lady that likes her color pink, and she wants her, and I just can't imagine she'd be okay with a pink penguin as a TV. So I was like, you know what, we'll make the focal point, because normally in my builds, I'm a very big TV person, but you know what, honestly, I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, I have my favorite shows, and you know, to me, it's like another way to get together as a family. We kind of watch movies together. We'll do like movie nights or things of that nature. So I normally center all of my builds around a TV. because for some reason to me that just seems the most practical thing to do. So because I didn't have a TV, I decided I am going to center this entire build around this fireplace. And as you see, I'm playing with custom pillows because I was like, oh my gosh, custom pillows will make these sofas pop. But of course it's custom pillows. But anyway, so that's the reason why I did the angled wall on the fireplace, because I wanted it to be as soon as you came in, it was like boom, fireplace in your face. And it was pretty much the center focal point of the room. And when you're dealing with square rooms, sometimes it comes in handy to kind of play around with angles just to kind of make it, you know, look a little bit different, and just have it have like, you know, a way for your, like, to play with your eyes, kind of like you're looking at it and you're like, okay, this from the outside looks like this is a square room, but it's not. It's more like a, you know, with a chiseled edge or what have you. I don't, in my brain, it makes sense, but I don't know how to explain it to you guys. And I feel like I've been talking all day long. Anyway, so normally when I do my fireplaces, I like to do like an accent wall behind the fireplace. So I decided to do this stone, which is the same stone I used on the outside of the house. So I liked it. It actually is pink. I'm not sure like if it's more like a rose or, but it looks like it has like a little bit of gray into it too. So, but anyway, but I liked how it came out, and I just paired it with a pink wallpaper. And here I am just trying to add the different, I bounced around so much with this build, y'all. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. But I wanted to do like a black splash look in the kitchen, but then do solid color in the dining little area, which is like a little small dining area. And then have it be, again, that little bricky backsplash thingy around the kitchen. So I tried to break it up, playing around with putting rugs and stuff in there. I ended up changing that table out because I found another one. Because one thing though I found was very difficult, and I actually like that table. Looking back at it, I could have left it. It's like a little bistro set, but it was really weird how I would toggle to pink and then I would get out of that category and go back to go get something else, and then all of a sudden they'd be like new stuff in the category, and I'm like, wait, we had a long pink table? So apparently we have a long pink table. I think it's from like patio stuff or the outdoor stuff or whatever. So I ended up using that in there. But either one of those tables actually works. And then the same thing with the curtains. I was having a really hard time trying to figure out what pink I wanted to go for, because the pinks, they make a difference. When you do like a soft pink, it's kind of more classy, romantic. A hot pink is a little bit more, in my opinion, kind of wild and kind of crazy, maybe for that girl that likes to party. So I kind of wanted to keep it very posh and very prissy and kind of romantic, kind of. So even though I know some of the things are like, see, there go that table I was talking about. I was like, wait, we got a pink table. Anyway, so even though like I'm going back and forth between like this weird hot pink and then this light pink, I tried to stay as much as possible with the blushes, but I did accent a couple things here and there with that hot pink, but the overall tone of the house is the blush. So here I'm just kind of playing around with the table because I really wanted to put a bench on the other side. I didn't test this lot, so honestly it might not work. But I saw it before in somebody else's build I downloaded, and I was like, that's actually kind of clever, because in real life, I kind of want a table like that, where it's like a bench on one side and then it's like a table on the next side. So anyway, I thought it'd be fun to kind of do that there, especially because you're dealing with a little crevice of like a little corner right there. That's like the little dining area. So I wanted to make sure that everything could fit in there and just kind of be plush, like flush to the wall or whatever. So anyway, here I am just finishing up some of the stuff. Oh, I was finishing some of the stuff up in the kitchen, just kind of adding some pink decor or whatnot. And thankfully there was a pink sink, because I got really nervous when I was like, I forgot to put a sink. And I went in there and there was a sink. There is no pink dishwasher. Isn't that crazy? But there's a pink stove and there's a pink refrigerator and yeah, all that other good stuff. But there's no pink dishwasher. I was just like, what? So I need somebody, of course, like if I said, if I was using custom content, I just would have probably found me a pink dishwasher. I might actually have one in my game. I don't have very many dishwasher custom content though, but I definitely have like a lot of pink cabinets. And I was very disappointed because right when I was like, you know what, I just want to see what it looks like with a blush pink cabinet, it kept giving me the script error message or whatever. And I think after cats and dogs, a lot of the counters and stuff got broke. And I could have swore I did a batch fix, but apparently not. Or if I did, maybe it didn't work right. I don't know. But anyway, it ended up not working out for me when I tried to. But I just really wanted to see. But if I was uploading it in the gallery, I definitely was going to keep it. But there's that pink cabinet right there. And it just kept saying script call failed. But I was so disappointed because I was just like, that's the pink that I wanted to use. Not this bright, not this bright purplish pink. But I mean, it might not look pink, y'all. But I swear to you, when you look in the thing, it actually has pink. But I was able to even get like a pink roof. I was so excited about that because I was like, I got pink on the outside, pink on the roof. So I am just playing around with the exterior because I kind of wanted to do like a different something with the roof so it wouldn't look so plain. And at first I was kind of like, I played around with it and I liked it. And then I was like, you know what? No, it looks stupid because it was just like completely pointless. So I ended up just giving up altogether. So I played around with the doors for quite some time because I wanted that double door, but it just didn't go with the windows and stuff. So I ended up changing out to this single door. And the only problem with doing pink indoors is there is no solid color, like, well, there's no pink, just single panel doors. Like they either have glass or they have little animals, unicorns or whatever on it. So I ended up using all the doors had the ones with the window panes in it, which was a little bit disappointing because, you know, when you're dealing with bathrooms and bedrooms, you want them to have like a little bit of a privacy. So, you know, there's no privacy. Everybody has windows on their doors, but I was dealing with the limitation of having to have pink. So there you go. So that's basically what happened with that. So let's see, what am I working on now? I think I'm trying to get the hallway and stuff straight and get like the flooring and stuff straight. And then right now I'm working on the bathrooms, and I was excited about the pink shower stalls. I think there was 2 of them, came with Parenthood, and I was like, wow, I have never paid attention. Like if anything, and I would challenge you guys to even do this challenge if you do. And if you do, let me know so I can see your stuff in the gallery. But I would challenge you guys to do one because I was so impressed and so surprised with how much stuff I have based on just the color. Because sometimes I don't even play around with the swatches. I just go with the one that catches my eye and I just move on. But sometimes I don't toggle through the swatches and see. So for me to see that we had so many different pink showers, I was like, what? Like, when did that happen? Not a fan of the sink because it has like this green basin, which was kind of weird, but that was the only pink sink we have, or at least I have in my game. I'm sure there's custom content pink sinks, but that's all that I had. There were 2 pink options for the toilets. It was one that was a talking toilet and it was the one that I used. So I was very pleasantly surprised about that as well. So yeah, so far I was just kind of like, wow, I haven't met any limitations so far besides the dishwasher, which to me is kind of like a luxury item. Like it's not a necessity, but it's just something that you might want. So anyway, but in the process of me like outfitting this little bathroom, I realized that we had a pink washer and dryer. So then I ended up trying to figure out how to put a laundry room in here, which you'll see later on. But yeah, so it was fun, definitely fun trying to just figure out what to do where and all this other stuff, and then trying to figure out all the different beds I wanted to try. And I really liked that light, but I couldn't figure out how to make it use it. And I like moved it around the house so many doggone times, like I want to use this light, but it just didn't. It ended up not making sense. It's a really pretty light. I'm not even sure what stuff pack it came from or what game pack or just what pack in general. But I wonder how people were to use it, because I think the only time I've ever seen it used is when I was doing my Harley Quinn thing. And the Poison Ivy lot that I downloaded from the gallery, it was a Poison Ivy. It was her house, or, you know, inspired by her house. They had a bunch of those in there. And I was like, you know, that's really pretty. But other than that, I don't know how you would ever use that light. So anyway, so here I am just kind of like changing out light switches, but I realized that I like the ones that I had, not light switches, lights, but I ended up realizing that I like the ones that I had. So I ended up not using those, but yeah, just trying to do like the mom's bedroom right now. And, you know, she has like a desk in there so she can work on whatever work she's got going on. And then she has like a dresser or a closet. Like I said, she's kind of like into fashion and being like very well dressed and things of that nature. So I tried to make her dresser like really cute with a whole bunch of little accessories and stuff, and you know, things of that nature. So anyway, one little quick suggestion: if you're dealing with wall paintings that are too big and you size them down, you will have to put move objects on. I discovered that this particular build, and I haven't really played around with sizing things down on the wall. I've sized down trees just to make them a little bit smaller so they could fit, but I've never done like a painting. So I just thought it was so weird that I would size it down, but it would still tell me that it can't intercept objects. And I'm like, but technically you should be able to. So just FYI, you put move objects on, you size it down, and then it'll work. So that painting that's over the fireplace that I was just showing you was actually larger, and I got it sized down to put it over the fireplace. So, because like I said, just trying to find stuff that's pink and go with what I was trying to do was very difficult. That's one thing we don't have a lot of. We don't have a lot of just pink like artwork. You know, I was very limited with the artwork. So that's why you'll see mirrors some places, because I was trying to do mirrors, you know, just different little stuff there and here and there or whatever. And the same thing with the flooring. We only had that pink, like that flooring right there, like a zebra, like a checkered type one. And then we just had the regular rose pink. So as far as carpet goes. But I actually like the rose pink, and I was thinking about using this pink for the daughter's room, but I ended up changing it out because it was just a little too busy. And then in the daughter's room, I struggled because I really wanted to do just pink stuff. But when you toggle through pink, you end up getting like a lot of multicolored things. So at first I had this cat and this, I guess it's like a cat print bed from the Cats and Dogs EP. And I was like, I really like it. And I really wanted to use it because I don't really use them that often. But then the more I started putting stuff in there, I was like, you know what? It really takes away from it being like just a pink house because it's more like purple. You know, it's more purple with accents of pink. So I ended up just using like a pink bed. So I'll change it out later on and you'll see. But yeah, that was one thing. It's like you can make a judgment call when you do this because it's like just because the game says this item is pink, it doesn't technically mean it's pink. You know, like that was like when you look at I'm still looking at it right now as I'm talking and I'm like, it was purple. That is a purple bed with pink accents. Like it's the first thing that jumps out at you is purple. So I couldn't sleep with it. I was just like, no, this isn't pink. So I ended up changing it out. So yeah, you'll see that in a second. But yeah, it's funny because the mom's room to me was like so easy just to slap things in there. But the daughter's room, I struggled. And I'm like, why am I struggling with a kid's room? You know, it's just like a little girl. It's not anything major. But I had like the hardest time just trying to figure out how I wanted it to look and how I wanted it to flow. Did she get a dollhouse? Did she not get a dollhouse? Was she into drawing? Was she into painting? Like, you know, what was it? Like, so anyway, I ended up making her, because originally I just said she'd be a little girl. But the more I started putting stuff in her room, I was like, maybe she'll be like a preteen, like on her way to teens. So she has like a little bit of a push and pull. Like she has like her void critters and her stuffed animals and she got kind of girly stuff, but then she's kind of transitioning into like the little teen stuff, which is why you see the girls on the wall, her journal over there on the desk. And, you know, so she's just kind of like going back and forth. She's like in between right now. So she's an in-betweener, I guess you could say. So yeah, anyway, and then I was going to use that bed too, but then I ended up saying, no, that's not pink. It's not pink. So I ended up getting rid of it. So anyway, I ended up just changing it out altogether to another pink bed. But I really like how this build came out, and I was excited about being able to do it. But it's funny because when I was doing the little color wheel thingy, I was like, okay, if I get blue, I'll be good. If I get green, not so much. You know, even though I do green a lot, I was just like, I wanted to do something different. And so it's funny, the last couple houses I built, I think had primarily blues and yellows and greens. So it was just interesting that I ended up getting pink. So anyway, dealing with the curtains and stuff right now, trying to get something that kind of goes with this room and still gives you the little room. And I end up going with the same exact curtains. Those curtains are classic, y'all. I just don't know what else to say about them besides they're classic. They're just some classic curtains. But I will say, even though I like how the house came out, the daughter's room is probably my least favorite in the house because like I said, I just struggled. I really did. And maybe if I didn't do the desk in there, it would have been a lot easier. I'm not sure. But anyway, so that's when I discovered that we had the pink washer machines. So washer and dryer rather. So I started kind of play around trying to figure out how I could put a washroom in there. At first I was going to put them in the little corner and just build like a little wall. And then I was like, no, that looks stupid. So I ended up taking it out. But you'll see in a minute, I ended up making like a whole separate room, not the one on the exterior, because I realized I didn't want to mess up the exterior of the house, because I actually liked how the exterior of the house came out, even though it's kind of basic. I liked how it came out anyway. So I just ended up moving the door over and just putting the washer and dryer in there. And at first I was going to make them stackable, but then I was like, I got room. I'll just go on and put them side by side. So ended up doing that. And I played around with the tile versus the carpet because I wanted the entryways and the outer ways, like the exits, to have like tile. To me, that's realistic because like in all of my houses that we've ever had, we'll have like a tiled entryway and a tiled exit so that if you're coming in with dirty feet, you're not dragging it across the carpet. So I wanted to kind of do that inside this house too. I try y'all to make my builds be as realistic and as functioning as possible. So that's the reason why you see tile, then you see carpet, then you see tile, then you see carpet, because I was just going all over the place. But anyway, I'm just finalizing some final little accoutrements, I guess you could say, just adding some little stuff to the shelves. And I was so surprised how many slots that bookshelf had. I threw so much stuff on that bookshelf as far as clutter. And thankfully, I was able to find quite a bit to put on there. So I think at this point, I'm going to start finalizing the interior of the house. And if you end up downloading it, you know, of course, go crazy and put stuff on the walls. I just had a really hard time finding a lot of pink paintings, or primarily pink paintings, to put on the wall. So there's a lot of, in my opinion, blank spaces that could probably use a little bit of love. But it didn't end up working out that way. So anyway, so the exterior is my absolute favorite. We're about to get outside now. I loved using these little window, I guess, flower thingies you can say on the outside. And I didn't even know we had those, which is the reason why, again, I said I loved the fact that I did this challenge, because I had no clue we had those. None. I would have been using those. And we had so many different colors. I don't even know what pack it came. I don't know if it came with Romantic Garden or what. But even that little lion with the water coming out of it, that was in there too. And it's pink. And I was just like, I've never seen that before. So I probably in some ways went a little bit overboard because I was so excited about all the stuff that I ran across. But for the most part, I was just like, this is awesome, because it's giving me more ideas of things that I could possibly implement into other builds later on in life. So, you know, anyway, so long story short, I was just very excited about that, and the bird bath and all that good stuff. So, my favorite way to do, gardens is just to bundle everything up. So I put move objects on, I overlap, put things inside of each other. And so outside there's a lot of move objects on, which is how the garden gets all full and lush. And it kind of looks like the garden is running into the little floral thingies that's hanging from the windows, and I liked how that looked. So I just think it came out really pretty. I was playing around with that fence because I kind of was like, I could do a fence, but then I was like, so I ended up not doing the fence, but we do have a pink fence option if you wanted to do that. So anyway, so here I am just kind of finalizing like the back. My actual plan was to do like a little pool on the outside, but the way I situated the house on the lot, I did it more widthwise than lengthwise, if that makes any sense. So, you know, I ended up running out of space. But I wanted, because this particular lot is backed up to like a waterfall and like a little ravine area, I wanted the back of the house to be backed up to that. So if you wanted to go outside and enjoy the scenery or whatever, you could put some tables and stuff out there and just enjoy it. So that's the reason why I built it this particular way. But you know, this lot is, it's kind of what it is. You could just kind of like play around with it, or whatever lot you put it on. The only thing is it probably does take up the entire lot because of those trees. That tree is from movie Hangout, which I thought was really cool. It has like lanterns and stuff coming from it. And yeah, and I sized up the rose bush in order to make it look like a little bit bigger than the rest of the bushes. But just finalizing the outside here. And again, I loved how it came out. It would actually be on the gallery. For some reason though, it's saying that it's modded, but there's not one mod in this. So I don't know why it says that, but stay tuned to the end for some screenshots. And again, if you want to download it in the gallery, my gallery information is in the description box. I called it the Prissy Pink Abode. I was going to call it the Prissy Pink Pad, but I was like, pad reminds me of bachelor pad, so I was like, nah. So it's the Prissy Pink Abode. It's in the gallery right now, so you guys can go grab it. And I hope you enjoyed, and if you do this challenge, please let me know, because I would love to check out your builds, and also tell me what color you got. If you need the color wheel, I need to find the link. Someone put it in Discord, and I'll put it in the description box as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Just a reminder, guys, for my new Sim Self series starting in February, please, if you want to participate, you need to upload your Sims on the gallery under the hashtag Sims for Sam, and let me check it out. I am accepting those with custom content, so if there's an issue where I don't have the custom content available, I will just reach out to you and try to get them. But so far, I got quite a bit of submissions. I need a lot more, so if you could help me out with that, if you want to participate, please do so. Again, with the hashtag Sims for Sam. Thank you.